Greetings, our dear listeners. It's your favorite duo, Bamboo and...
Leslie, how have you been, our dear listeners? This pandemic has been really giving us a lot of stress, right, Bamboo?
Right, we've been locked down for 2 years. Imagine that, my friend.
That is a lot. And I hope our dear listeners have been coping well amidst this struggle that we face every day.
I second that. So, you guys might ask, what will be our topic for today's episode? Well, to answer that, we'll be tackling the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which was built by the countries and the UN.
We will be talking specifically about the 12th goal, which is the responsible consumption and production.
The real situation that we face is a large amount of waste that is produced in different aspects.
This is why we are doing this podcast to spread awareness and educate you, our dear listeners, about the problem that we made that is slowly harming the environment. So, what really is the problem, Bamboo?
The problem is large companies have been producing large amounts of hazardous chemical waste and dumping it anywhere they can, which results in damage to our environment.
That is right. Also, we have been doing a lot of activities like consuming resources to the point where it is highly affecting our environment.
That is right again, and then it will greatly affect us. See the connection? The actions we do today will reflect on our future.
I couldn't agree more. That's why on today's episode, we aim to achieve that this episode will help you reflect on your actions today.
Yes, we're here to give awareness on this current situation of the planet amidst this pandemic, along with the increase of production and consumption of resources, and why that is harmful.
So, the 12th goal of the 17 UN SDGs aim to achieve a balanced and sustainable consumption and production of resources. Since the human population grows, the demand for consumption and production increases.
That makes our planet unable to provide more resources since we have used all resources excessively, leading to increased waste reduction due to high consumption and production.
Which later then increases the damages in the environment affecting us living organisms. The commonly used product is plastic, which contains polyethylene, which does not have negative effects on the environment. Polyethylene polymers are made up of linear chains of ethylene molecules. It is often classified into two types, which is the LDPE or low density polyethylene and HDPE high density polyethylene. HDPE molecules are longer with minimal branching, which enhances crystallinity compared to LDPE. Thus, LDPE is used on weaker materials such as plastic bags. On the other hand, HDPE is commonly used on stronger materials such as toys and water pipes.
Another common plastic encountered in everyday life is polypropylene. It is made using additional polymerization of propylene and may be used with an ethylene copolymer. In addition, it is resistant to fatigue and has a high resistance to heat or weakening after being exposed to repeatedly to physical stress or loads. That's why polypropylene is usually used in living hinges, piping systems, and medical equipment. One example of these products are those that are plastics like polypropylene, which give strength when disposed irresponsibly, like those poor marine animals who get strangled or eaten plastics, which gives them a lot of suffering.
Yes, I know, it's so heartbreaking. But fear not. We have the plastic code as our basis on what kind of plastic the product we bought is composed of. By that, we must buy products that are eco friendly, but we must also observe proper waste management.
Yes, through waste management, we can organize our waste, making it easier to identify which is hazardous or not. Like fruit peels, we don't put them along with non biodegradable waste like plastic bottles, right? Because plastic bottles can be recycled or used, whereas fruit peels are biodegradable and can also be recycled and reused into a form of compost, which can be used for gardening and farming.
That's a great idea, my friend. We can also use other ways into converting power through incineration, which is also a great way to lessen the amount of waste, avoiding loaded landfills. And it also provides us with energy, which is highly beneficial.
So, I encourage each and every one of us to participate in achieving this goal by spreading awareness and encouraging other people as well, whether it's a friend, a family member, or your significant other.
We are not just going to talk about these kind of things. We must also take action. Action speaks louder than words. We
True.
must initiate before it's too late. We must do what's right, and that is through proper education where you get the right information, spreading awareness, which encourage individuals to participate and to take actions in order to for goals to be achieved.
Yes, yes, we must do better for our planet. To do that, we must become a better version of ourselves because this goal helps one to find their purpose in life, and some of these are to give and protect.
I agree with that, and I hope today's session helps you reflect on yourself in order to become a greater version of yourself.
So, to sum it all up, with the increasing population, the increase in production and consumption also is observed, making our planet unable to provide more resources due to high demand.
That's why we need to balance the consumption and production of our resources because if we don't, we're the ones who will end up suffering from pollution and other disasters in the end.
We are hoping that this podcast encourages you to look at the bright side and participate in achieving not just this particular goal, but other goals implemented by the UN as well.
Don't also forget that sharing what you have learned will have a great impact in the short run. Encourage other people as well to participate in sustaining production and consumption of our natural resources in order to avoid further harmful damages.
So, everybody, always remember that with great power comes great responsibility. So, if you are privileged enough to be able to help and do action, please don't hesitate to because you are not just protecting the environment but also your loved ones.
There is no such thing as impossible as long as we work together with the right intentions and the right mind. Also, check out the website of the UN 17 goals to learn more about the other goals and maybe you might want to take action too.
That is it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you, our dear listeners, heard us very well and understood what we tried to convey.
Thank you so much for being with us and we hope that you guys will continue to support us.
Once again, your favorite duo signing off, Bamboo.
And Leslie, until next time, thank you for being with us until the end of this episode. Bye bye, our dear listeners.
Bye bye.